So there's a beautiful quote that says, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, you need to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Now, if you had told me that quote, I don't know, 5 years ago, I probably would have rolled my eyes and snarled a little bit and been like, okay. Because my understanding of energy and balance, mind, body, soul balance, energy is something that comes out of the wall. And in my work every day as a medic is something that I do with my defibrillator and the energy system of the body, the electrical system, our nervous system. But the universe had something different for me lined up. It gave me a real life experience of what true energy is. And in January of 2017, I embarked on what was an 8-month-long panic attack. Every day, all day. From the moment that my eyes were open until the moment that my eyes were closed. Sheer panic, chest pain, unrelenting nervousness, the feeling like your body is in a vice, unable to string together words and thoughts. I have no idea how I had the conversations with people that I did because there was just so much chaos going on in my body. And I kind of compare it to those pinball machines that maybe you played as a kid when you put the money in and the ball pops up and you pull the lever back and the ball goes into the machine and lights go off and levers move and it makes sounds. And, you know, I would add some smoke and some electricity and some sparks into that. And that was all contained in this little 5'2" body all day, every day. And that's what I felt. But on the outside, I looked like this. I looked fine, but on the inside, something very different was going on. And I didn't even recognize it myself. Once I finally had the nerve to confide in somebody what I was feeling, they looked at me and they said, Jill, you're having an anxiety attack. And I thought, no, I'm not. I respond to 911 calls of people having anxiety attacks, and I don't look like them. And I could do those calls like a champ, let me tell you. Pulled out my yoga card, and I could calm those people down, and I could breathe with them, and everything was better. But I couldn't do that for myself. So once I figured out what was happening, I'm like, okay, you go through the motions, and you go to see the psychologist, and you go to see the psychotherapist, and you try all of that. And they're like, oh, we'll have you sorted out in 8 to 10 sessions, no problem. Cool, let's do this. Yeah, that didn't work. Because I sat in the office and I talked and talked and talked, and I said, when does the part come when I feel better? Because I'm talking about my stuff, but I don't feel better. And that was my issue, right? I was there for help. And while she helped me connect a lot of cognitive dots, it wasn't addressing what I was feeling. So, I just suffered for months and months and months. And they say it takes 30 days to form a habit. Well, at this point, I was already 4 months in, and this felt pretty darn normal in my body, and I didn't ever think it was going away. I tried hypnosis, that worked a little bit. I did a little bit of EMDR with an amazing social worker that I got hooked up with, awesome. And then one day, by divine intervention, this email came across my computer, and it said, tapping for anxiety. Cool, I'm in, let's do it. You get to a place when you get desperate, you'll do just about anything. And I was in the privacy of my own home. It didn't matter how stupid this looked, I was gonna try. So I get going with the tapping meditation, and I'm tapping on all the points, and I'm repeating after the girl. And lo and behold, she asked me to take a breath, and it's like, oh my God, something shifted. I feel better. So down the rabbit hole I went, and I learned everything I could about EFT, tapping. I did more tapping meditations online. There's tons on YouTube. And then I got to a point where I was like, I need someone to tap with me on my stuff. Like, I really need to get vulnerable here and go into my stuff, because this is the only way it's going away. And then I met Susan, my practitioner and now teacher of EFT, and that changed my life. So what I have come to learn is that at the very foundation of who we all are, we are energy. And that sounds really weird and kind of hokey, but it's the honest to God truth. I have worked in emergency medicine for 17 years, and medicine does play a crucial role. If I get hit by a bus, I want a fantastic trauma surgeon to put me back together. No amount of Reiki or tapping is going to put my body back together. But that stuff doesn't happen every day. But we all need to learn how to regulate and balance our emotional and our mental well-being, because that stuff affects us every single day. But we were never taught that. We were never taught it. And in this day and age, mental health is a huge thing. a huge thing. And it was really interesting in my journey when I felt stuck that nothing was working, and you get into this victim mindset. You get into this mindset of, I actually told myself, well, I guess this is just what happens. When shit happens in your life, I guess this is just how I'm going to feel for the rest of my life. And that is a huge sense of victim mentality. There's so much despair in that. And that's the cycle of depression and anxiety, right? I'm just stuck in this cycle. So I reached out, and I was lucky enough to find a tool that wiggled my way out of that cycle. And that is what I do today. I understand I still do work as a medic, and there is value in the everyday, but we need to understand that balancing our energy and working with that energy is at the very grassroots of who we are, emotionally and physically. Pain is an energetic foundation. If you're not energy collecting all your organs, well, guess what? They're not going to work. If you're not connecting the body to the mind and the mind to the body, guess what? It doesn't work either. And you can take pills until the cows come home. And you can talk about your stuff on a cognitive level till the cows come home. But if you don't address how the feelings are working with what's going on or not going on in your life, you're kind of at a standstill, right? So, emergency medicine is wonderful. I love it. I've had some amazing experiences in it, but it's not everything. And I say to my patients and my clients, you'll never find health and wellness at the bottom of a pill bottle. You'll find it at the end of your fork. You'll find it in the relationships in your life. And you'll find it when you choose to dive in and be vulnerable and do your work, right? I've always loved helping people heal. It's not anyone else's job to heal me but me. I need practitioners that can help me work through my stuff. And if we're going to heal, we need to think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Thank you.